That's off. Oh, because I moved it. That's right. That's right. Oh, that's off. Oh. Okay. Alright, good enough. Let's go live. Good. Testing. Let's see when it updates live here. Good. Good. Some line repaired. Open this, open this. Awesome. Let's get some streaming in. See how this goes. I gotta turn that volume down a bit. Uh-oh. Okay, I got it. So that should appear in both, right? That's not something new. Wow. I like it. Okay. Do some drawing. Turn it down a bit. Alright, good. That helps. Alright. Appears to be working. Good enough. I'm testing out streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time. I'm trying to see how this is all going to work here. It looks pretty good.
We alarm our houses.
So
And
far,
we alarm
get
our
out of
cars.
this.
But when it comes to your personal information,
That works.
it can be tough
Okay.
to know when something isn't right.
And
That's where
let's
Discover
start
Card can
with
help.
something
Now,
here.
we'll send you an alert if we
Here.
find your social security number on any one of thousands of
Okay.
risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you,
so we need
not just
to
your account. Learn more at
take
discover.com/free.
robot with this kid here.
Limitations apply.
See what we can
Hey,
do.
what's going on, everybody? This is Neo. In my music and in my life, I like to be straight up. Name of the new album is Good Man. To get to the place where you can call yourself a good man, it's a journey. You're not gonna wake up and just be
Alright,
it. Nah,
yeah.
you got to do it. You got to try to be the best me. You got to
Kind of going for like a little bit of a wasteland vibe here with a little like a little traveler kid. Not really sure how I want to pin that down yet. A little robot following him around.
For more, click or tap the banner. Presented by Straight Talk.
Hey, I'm Clark. I work at the drugstore, and I hate my job. People are always asking me these annoying questions, like, will this soap dry my skin out? Can you unlock the razor case? Will you please ring me up? I'm not like a soap-having ring-up keymaster wizard, okay? Just buy all your bathroom stuff at DollarShaveClub.com. They'll deliver all your bathroom stuff, so you don't have to come to my store and bother me when I'm trying to text my girlfriend's friend.
Right now, get our 3 most popular grooming products and our best razor for just $5. Only at DollarShaveClub.com/Spotify. That's DollarShaveClub.com/Spotify.
Send it back. Oops. We'll do something like that. So I'm gonna make a different artboard here. We're gonna move this guy. joint or something. Man. I think it would be one central eye in the middle. We'll do it slightly to the left-ish. We'll go in here. Well, we'll go with something like this. That should be behind this, right? Yep. So we'll go with something like that. Okay. Yeah, good. Here. We're going to make it the same color. I'm going to take it down to subtle. I don't want it to be like this really glaring, obvious thing here. I want to use kind of this subtle. I feel like that should be looking over here like this. Yep. Center on the eye. Let's give him like a busted antenna. Back. Yeah. Small. Really not much. Cool. What's the line here? Oh. Oh. Correct me then. Oh, wrong. Okay. Give a little, I'm gonna use this shape, I think. A little, it's like a gumdrop. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Calm down, cats. Stop all that running around. What's this sound? Oh, okay. Come here with taking down the light button. Do that. I need to set that up because it says here online. Oh, alright. Titles. Dashboard monitor. What's this do? Online. 18 seconds online. Oh, alright. Chat. I've got open. Dashboard. Alright, it just shows that I'm online. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Cool. Oh, I just noticed that. What am I? Children drawing illustrations. Okay. Well, there's an actual vector. I need to look for that. See if maybe I'm missing out on something there.
Today is your last chance to take advantage of the 5-day sale at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Top off your cooling system with Peak Long Life Pre-Mixed Antifreeze on sale for $5.99 a gallon after a mail-in rebate. Protect against damage and corrosion with Peak Long Life Pre-Mixed Antifreeze at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supplies. See store for details. O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Oh, it plays your watermark down there. I didn't know that.
Eggs, sizzling sausage and Canadian bacon, and flaky biscuits
I
and
didn't lock on
English
that.
muffins.
Okay.
Your cure
Live and
for
learn.
the Bridge Tunnel Blues is a delicious breakfast and fresh brewed coffee from McDonald's. Because when the sun rises, we shine. Start your day with bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit for just $1.99. Pair it with a small hot coffee for just $1 more. Price and participation may vary.
We alarm our houses. And we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information,
Feel like it'd be
it
a
can be tough to
little
know
bit
when
further
something
north.
isn't right.
The way that looks
That's where
there, 'cause
Discover
it's
Card
too
can
too
help.
hard.
Now, we'll send you an alert if
We're
we
gonna
find
copy
your
that
social
over.
security number on any one of thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account. Learn more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
So I streamed the other night when I got home, but I haven't been on much since then. Yeah, I'm playing around a little bit. Making like a little kid with his little robot. I'm actually doing something. Does my mic sound alright tonight? Because I moved it to a different spot over here. I wanted to see how it sounded, if any better or different. Sounds fine? Cool. What I'm doing right now is I had another stream site called Watch Me Work contact me and wanted to know if I would stream there as well. And I've been finding it difficult to make enough time to fit both in. So I'm using a service right now that lets me stream to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. And that other one uses YouTube to capture. So I'm actually streaming on both interfaces right now. And I have a chat interface up here that lets me chat to both interfaces at the same time. So either way, whichever viewer is watching me, like if you type I guess I need to, yeah, you see how when you type there, see how it's got a little Twitch icon next to your name? How it says nice right there? What that's doing is it's sensing you're on Twitch, and if somebody on YouTube were to start chatting, you would see a little YouTube icon next to theirs. Pretty cool. Trying it out. Because I would ideally like to be able to do both, you know, and be able to hit both services. But I'll tell you, I find it hard enough sometimes to stream on one, let alone two. Time-wise, anyway. So how you been doing? Not liking the bottom piece. This here, do it for me. Busy with stuff. I hear you there. Work has been absolutely crazy for me, and trying to get that all caught up, and then being gone for 10 days at Disney did not help. In fact, it kind of backed me up a little bit, but you get there. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I saw you today, like, proofreading some of the text for, it looks like a Photoshop class or something. This down here is killing me. In fact, I think I would prefer to just do that. Something like this. And do this. Well, that looks pretty cool. Editing the course, yeah. That's gotta be... Seems like it would be fun, but it also seems like at the same time, sometimes I feel like it would be a little overwhelming. You know, because you gotta double check yourself so much, I would think. Because obviously you don't want to screw something up. I mean, you can always edit it, but obviously I think you'd rather have it right the first time. Or is that your job, basically proofing it? I'm trying to change it. I like that mouth. He's like, ooh, that sucks. Yeah, that's never good. You know, and that always surprises me when people say that, because, like, you should always be willing to do new things. Always. Like, that's part of living, you know, and growing and learning is being able to adapt and do new things. I mean, you have to be able to do that. But some people, they just aren't good at it. Somehow, I don't know how, but it looks like this robot's wearing underwear. It's like because that's so small, it almost looks like it's underwear. You know what I mean? Instead of extra legs. I kind of like it. It looks kind of silly. Let's see here. Let's get a little, thinking like a chest plate or something. Small one underneath of it. Did you catch any of Adam's game stream earlier? I think he was going to play Bully or something. You know, and it's funny, because even though this is flat, I look at this robot and he just feels so much more detailed to me. It's like when I draw people, I wish I could get as much detail on a person as I do in this robot. Because I feel like the robot just has so much more detail going on it. Even though he's flat. Maybe I'm just uncomfortable drawing people. I don't know what it is. I really like that robot. He's really cool looking. Looks alright? Yeah. Hey, you know, that might be it. That might be it. I didn't even think of that. And I mean, clearly you'd want the robot to have more parts because it is a robot, you know? So I was actually thinking about, since this is a style I really enjoy, and I think I'd be pretty good with it. I was thinking about making like a comic kind of thing with this style of art, but I don't know how well that would pass off. Because I've never seen anything done like that with flat, like a true flat design like this, you know? Well, this isn't really, I guess, well, it is flat, but it's sort of not. Because I do more three-dimensional look as opposed to some people who do flat, but if I was making I was messing around with this earlier, you know, doing more like flat design stuff, playing around at work. Like that, throwing a little shading there. I'm thinking of that, doing some more shading there. And then I was doing this earlier. I made a bunch of mouths, made a bunch of noses, eyes, heads, all with different like flat aesthetics.
We alarm
An
our
idea.
houses. and we alarm our cars. But when it comes to your personal information, it can be tough to know when something isn't right. That's where Discover Card can help. Now, we'll send you an alert if we find your social security
So now
on
comes
any
the
one of
question
thousands of risky websites. And this service is free for card members. Just sign up online. It's our way of looking out for you, not just your account.
I
Learn
want
more at discover.com/free alerts. Limitations apply.
to try to do some sort of a scene with this.
Time to clean up at the Home Depot.
Nothing too
with up to
crazy, but
40% off
something.
appliance special buys and up to
I'm trying to
24
figure
months
out how
special
I'm
financing
going
on
to
store-wide
do
purchases,
that.
like a GE high-efficiency top-load washer and electric dryer. Right now, just $4.99 each. Black Friday priced and just in time for holiday guests. Our
Do
lowest
one
prices
thing
of
I
the
don't
year.
think I
Now
like.
with
I don't think I like this
more
mouth on
saving,
him.
more doing. U.S. only gas dryer extra. See store for details. Credit offer valid through November 29th. Subject to credit approval. Terms and conditions apply.
Yeah, because what's cool, I know you're not on YouTube, but like with this tool here, I can sit there and I can do stuff like this. And when I do that, it's actually posting out to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Because this other streaming service that I'm looking at, what they do is you start a YouTube live stream, and then you copy the URL into the software, and then the software takes that and it basically overlays it. And so it allows you to, use YouTube. Trying it out. Because the guy actually contacted me today and he was like, notifications and stuff. It's like, alright, dude, that is cool. That's something I've never been truly good with. Is pixel art. I've played with it, but I find that I think where I get confused with it is you're doing so much with so little. Like limited color palettes, and every little pixel and every little dot means so much to the overall aesthetic that I think sometimes it gets a little overwhelming. That's cool, man. What do you use to make that? Photoshop, or are you using like a dedicated pixelating program? Because I have what do I have? I say I have it. I don't have it installed. A-Spray, pretty good tool. A-Spray, yep. I own A-Spray. I got it with a bundle or something once. I think I paid like $10 for the bundle, and it had like a couple game dev softwares, and A-Spray was one of them. So I have it, and I do play with it every now and then. I'm not a great pixel artist, so by any stretch of the imagination. I do try. I did have to do is the music here is all I created a no copyright playlist, but I tried to find no copyright stuff that wasn't horribly like total dubstep and just, you know, all the wah 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 and all the bass and stuff. So I created this one with some like kind of hand-picked no copyright stuff that's a little less offensive to the ears. Because I noticed a lot of that no copyright, because that's the thing with YouTube. Twitch, they'll just mute your video, but YouTube, if you're using music that's copyrighted, they'll just flat hit you with a copyright thing, and they'll take down your video, or they'll not allow it to be played in certain countries and stuff. So I got rid of that. I said, yeah, nope, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, it's not exactly what I would listen to on a day-to-day basis, but I'm trying to do the right thing, and I don't want my videos to be flagged, obviously, for copyright. So, alright, let's put a different mount on this guy. Let's put a, do this. I'm playing around right now. I have a hard time visualizing. I think it would be further down to me, maybe? Yeah, that's not bad. And we'll take a tongue here. Yeah, that's way better. Way better. I like that. He looks like he's grinning. Okay. Cool. I don't know about using that true white there, though. Yeah, maybe. Really quick, yeah. Little things like that. I've started developing like a, you know, a process that I can wing out on that. What else would there be here? Because originally I was thinking kind of like post-apocalyptic looking, but I don't think I'm feeling that anymore with this. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep it like, you know, a boy and his little robot, and just keep it cool for right now. Because I'm liking the overall vibe of this. I feel like these would be curved in a bit. Let's see here. Yeah, it does. It does. It does. And that's kind of that's what I'm saying. I'm kind of getting that feeling out of it now. So I don't want to do anything warped with it. I want to keep it nice and clean and light, you know? Kind of like what you'd see in a kid's book or something, you know? It's got a little belt, it's got some pants, and this is supposed to be a strap on the bag, but you really can't, because I tried to do the elevated jacket, you know, like up on the back of the neck here, and so you really can't see that strap, but I'm happy with it either way. I think it looks pretty good. Got a little shirt, little buckles there, got little shoes on, little kicks, and purpose because I want to experiment with like setting up props. So if you look at the legs here, they're all doubled, and the arms are separate as well. So what I can start doing is like I can take this whole arm, you know, and I can start working with like posing and creating like, you know, other shapes rather than just say, you know, standing straight. So that's why I'm kind of developing a character like this so that I can do other things with characters. Because if you have a rotate tool, what do you mean? Dedicated rotate tool. Well, you've got, I'll show you what it has, I guess. Okay, so like, let's say we make this. What I generally do is this here. You know, I grab like, anytime you select an object, like let's say we select this, you're gonna see this here. So it's gonna, you know, you can rotate like this. The other thing is if you look down here in the right hand corner, you're gonna see the transform toolbox. You can rotate with this. So you can rotate around a pivot, around a point, and then you can set where you want that point to be. So you can like, is that what you're looking for? More like that? I'm not exactly sure, because I don't think I've ever used anything quite like that, unless that is what you're referring to. It also has skew built in. I was thinking of a tool where you set the point of the rotation. So you rotate, this way you can rotate. The arm will move on that pivot. So the way you got the arm. Well, I think I know what you're talking about. Unless I'm thinking of a different software, because I've used a lot of different softwares. I know what you're talking about. Like right there. But the thing is I don't know how to set the... Let's play with that for a minute. I don't know how to set that pivot point. Well, let's Google it real quick. Affinity Designer. Rotate. What would you call that? Rotate around point? Would that be the right terminology for that? Oh. There it is. I see it. I see it. Okay, hang on. That must be something I've never used. So here it is. See that? So for future reference, that's here. So you turn on, you see how you turn it on and off? It's like not lit. What the hell is this? Height selection while dragging? What does that mean? Oh, the actual boxes. I don't know if that's useful. And then what is the reset selection box? Okay. I have no idea what this means. Lock children? I got no idea on that. Okay, so let's see. If we turn this back on, so then you just drag it around. Oh, so, okay. So then, if I drag this down, and let's say I wanted to rotate this, I just move this here. Oh, I see. Well, here's my question then. What is the default anchor point? Where is the default? In the center? Okay, so the default is in the center. So, rotate it to shoulder. Yep, I see. Okay. So, how do I go back to the center? Oh, you see that. So when this is on, it uses wherever I set it. Yeah, I will. I see what you're saying. I was just experimenting, like, okay, you see how, like, I have the pivot point set, right? I want to see how to get back to default. But right now the pivot point's there, right? So it rotates around that pivot. But then if I turn that off, it pivots back around the center. You see that? Okay, so let's select the whole arm, like you're saying. Set rotate point. And then you could move it, what, here? No, you would just have to deselect this, and then move this here. And then figure it out. Oh. Yep. I see now. What I wanted to know is, how do you get back to the default point? You know, so like, I want it here, right? And I'm moving it around, and it's like, oh crap, I want to pivot around the center again. But you just turn it off real quick. Okay. Good to know. And do you know what lock children is? Any idea what the heck that would be? Lock children. Oh, you see that? I see exactly what that did. So, okay, watch this. I have this square inside, right? It pasted inside of that object. If I move it, the square moves with it, naturally. But if you lock children, you see that? The square stays in place inside. It's interesting. I'm not really sure why you would use that, but it's interesting nonetheless, I suppose. Right, exactly. And the child is the shape inside. So, like, to give a better example of that, if I were to take...
Foster People's new single, Sit Next to Me, is out now. Click the banner to listen to the track and more of today's fresh cuts.
Okay. And then I would have locked children. See that? I'm not really sure where that would come in useful. I guess if you only wanted to move, like, maybe... I don't know. I don't know why I would use that, because, like, you know, if I had that in there, I'd want the square. I mean, it's cool to know that I can do that, but I don't know why I would do it. But I get it, I guess. Okay. Yeah. Cool, I guess. I don't know where it would be useful for me, but there.
Right now, get our 3 most popular grooming products
Now.
and our best razor for just $5. Only at dollarshaveclub.com/Spotify. That's dollarshaveclub.com.
Oh, and I put a, I'm sure you saw it, I put a little follower goal down here. Trying to hopefully get people to, because I'm at 25, so that's better than I was. I need, I looked the other day because they released that information now on how close you are to, what was it? See how close you are to affiliate and everything. And the only thing I'm missing is followers. Like, I've streamed enough, I've had enough consecutive people, yada yada yada. So once I hit to 50 followers, then I can be an affiliate. Yeah, check this out. See how it's live there as well. Pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing. Yeah. But you know, this other service, again, that's what they use to stream their videos. So they kind of, you use the video URL that's created when you live stream. So I figured if I can kill two birds, one stone, why not, right? I mean, it makes sense to me. Alright. Pretty happy with him. Pretty happy with him. His eyes are looking kind of soulless, though. And that hat's kind of bugging me a bit here by the ears. I feel like there'd be a little more of a... The only thing is, doing YouTube and Twitch at the same time is the YouTube folks are going to see my Twitch overlay. So they're going to see my follower goals. They're going to see, you know, latest Twitch followers and stuff. But there's no... The only way you could do that and keep it neutral would be to just completely, I guess, do it just a bland interface. It doesn't show followers, doesn't show donators, doesn't show anything Twitch related. Take away the bit cup. I mean, you could do that if you really wanted to, I suppose, but I'm not worried about it. I'm just gonna... Whatever, right? Does that make sense? Like the, like cutouts where the ears would be, you know? Or would the ears stick straight out? I don't think they would. I really don't think they would. And then we'll draw in some hair here real quick like we just did. Okay, that kind of makes sense. I tell you, man, that trick I showed you, pasting on top of objects, I use that so freaking much. Right here, maybe? I use that religiously. And I figured out something else the other day. Like, when I wanna... I'm not liking that now that I'm looking at it. Yeah, no. It makes sense. It looks like one of them ski hats or snow hats, you know. That rotate tool, though, that's going to be really neat. I can already think of several times that I could have had that and really been a lot better off. So I'm good with that. Okay, but I am going to do this. I want to see what this would look like with some hair dangling down the back here. Yeah, it does. I never really knew that. So that's definitely going to be useful. Without question. And that other trick you showed me, the one there, using the hue saturation, I use that all the time. Like, all the time. I think I'll mask that so it doesn't lose its. Yeah, I mean that's the same shape. Shape stays consistent. Alright. Okay, bud. I appreciate you stopping by. Definitely. Be safe. Have a good night, man. I'll catch you around tomorrow. Okay. I might be. I don't know. I gotta be to work at 5 in the morning. So, I may or may not. I think I'm gonna stream an hour more, maybe. We'll see. Yeah. It'll be a long day tomorrow. If not, though, I'll see you tomorrow for sure. I'll be around. You too, buddy. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Just a copy of this and see what the heck this looks like. Lord, that eye is huge. See, that's a problem. So I need to fix that over here. Because that and that should be nested inside of that. Okay. Where the freaking eye is that? Yeah, digging that. Can I skew this? What's going to be the best way to do this? I gotta play with that because I'm not happy with the way that's looking. It needs to be more like. Definitely better there. There's a lot more, like, yeah, soul now instead of just soulless. I think a robot would be, yeah. Back one. Back one. Back one. Back one. Heck. Back one. And that. No. Oh my god. I don't like the way it is. I don't wanna complicate it there. It's pretty good. I like the robot sounds. Like, pretty good. How do I? Okay. Do something completely different. Okay, we're gonna say boy and robot. Alright, so let's try to draw a rock or something that would represent they're out on a hike, you know? What am I doing here? No idea how to make that look like a rock. So would that be
Fresh cut Christmas trees can transform any home for the holidays. Right now, they've transformed the Home Depot. Our Christmas tree lot is full to the brim and ready to explore. With fresh cut trees, fresh from the farm, in all shapes, sizes, varieties, and possibilities. Christmas is in the air at the Home Depot. Come breathe it all in. Together, we'll find the perfect Christmas. And
how in
starts
the
at the Home
world do
Depot.
I make
More
this
saving,
like a rock?
more doing. Selection and prices vary by store.
Oh, now rock it.
Stuff. We tend to lose it. Wouldn't it be great if there's a little thing called Tile that helps you find your stuff? With a tap on your phone. Hey, there's my keys, or bike, or stuffed Panda Ernie. But what if Tile was more than that? What if Tile was an entire community of people coming together to turn lost stuff into found stuff? Wouldn't that be great?
Visit Tile.com to join a world where everyone can find everything that matters. Tile. Together we find.
Hey, I'm Clark. I work at the drugstore, and I hate my job. People are always asking me these annoying questions, like, will this soap dry my skin out? Can you unlock the razor case? Will you please ring me up? I'm not like a soap-having ring-up keymaster wizard, okay? Just buy all your bathroom stuff at DollarShaveClub.com. They'll deliver all your bathroom stuff, so you don't have to come to my store and bother me when I'm trying to text my girlfriend's friend.
Right now, get our 3 most popular grooming products and our best razor for just $5. Only at DollarShaveClub.com/Spotify.
Got it.
That's DollarShaveClub.com/Spotify.
Okay. So here we go. Try something like this. Okay. Slightly darker shoulders would be two. I guess. Playoffs. Do try to create like 58. That's working, I guess. Hey there, Mickey. How you doing? Sorry, kind of been lost in concentration just drawing here. We are going to... I don't know if I want to go full on sun in this. I am not bad. Not too bad. Just trying to get some drawing in today. It's been a long day, but trying to have a little fun, a little relaxation. Drawing kind of a little flat character scene with the boy and his, guess we'll call it a sidekick robot. This was the original design here for what became this. And this, I just kind of winged it. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. It's, I tend to lean toward flat style designs. And then I try to take them kind of in between flat and more of a 3D look. You know what I mean? Just try to make it something a little different. Works for me. I like it. Appreciate it. Cartoons, eh? Never tried. Probably could though. I've been kind of working on my style, if you will. Working on trying to develop what it is that I do. Because I do, I'll give you an example of some of my more traditional flat looking stuff. I'll open up a couple here so you can see what I'm talking about. And I also do some stuff with a little more heavy outline. Like this is what I went to Disney World a couple weeks back, and this was the picture I drew of myself when I got back from Disney. That's how I felt. And this is again flat, but I did a heavy outline on it. And then this here was a robot that I made, which is a traditional flat shape. And, you know, that's stereotypical. And then this is one of my favorite robots that I made. This is, again, flat, but it has a lot of details going on. It has a lot of really interesting, sharp lines and, you know, different things. You know, different textures and whatnot going on. Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I just kind of goof, you know. I play around and I just kind of work toward something, a goal, and then in the process I try to teach and help people. You know, if they have questions or if they have, you know, I try to help people grow and get better themselves, which is part of why I do this, you know. Because for me, honestly, I'm just really a hobbyist at this point. It's just something I do for fun and relaxation. I was really creative when I was little. I drew all the time. I went to college for art and ended up changing my major to IT when I realized that there was kind of hard to make a living doing art. So I went in IT and I started drawing digitally maybe about 7 months ago now. I got back into it and started drawing again. I kind of got the passion for it, and I kind of got the drive to want to do it again. And so I've been just kind of starting on Twitch and working toward just trying to create something, some sort of a brand. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. That would be awesome. I wish I could do that now. But, at the time, it was one of those things, it was like, don't give up on your dream speeches, you know? And I really was passionate about art, and I wanted to do it, but then everybody talked me out of it, because they were like, oh, you can't make a living, you know, doing like art history or something like that. And at the time, I didn't really want to teach. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I wanted to make art, but I didn't know what that meant, you know? So I changed my major to IT, which is what I still do. And then, like I said here recently, I've began getting back into, like, you know, just drawing and whatnot. Because I do love it. I do really enjoy it. For me, it's relaxing and calming. So it's good, I guess, you know? And I'm still working on trying to figure out what it is that I want to do, style-wise. Yeah, that's what my parents say, but I don't care. I love art. It's my passion. Hey, go for it. You know, I'll be the first to tell you, I gave up on it, and I wish I never had. I really wish I never had. But, you know, life's life. You make choices, and you can't really look back. You just gotta look forward, you know? I mean, you know, it's worked out. I mean, I make a good living doing IT, so it's not like I can't take care of myself. It's just it's not a happy job. You know, I don't come home at the end of the day and I'm like, God, I love work today. You know, it's not like that. That is for sure. Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. I really, really do. I don't. I work as a LAN engineer by day. I work IT. And that's how I make my living to, you know, pay the bills and whatnot. And it's I mean, you know, pays the bills, can't complain there, but it's you know, like I was saying earlier, it's not exactly the happiest way to make a living. I mean, it's a job, you know, put it that way. It pays well, but it's not. Am I happy with it? Yeah, I guess. I think I would be happier doing other things, no doubt. But you know. All right, so looking around here to see what else I want to do as far as details. I don't like the hat and tree have pretty much the same color palette. Maybe I'm going to change those tones a little bit. Let's see what might make it purple. So, you want to teach art like high school, college? What is it you're looking to do? Like, I would love to teach art. Which is why I'm actually considering getting into making like tutorials, videos and stuff. On like, you know, this style, but this isn't really traditional art, so I don't know how much interest there's gonna be, you know, in this kind of style of school and high school. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, go for it. I mean, and I hate to sound like an old record, but I tell you, it's one of those things I tell my nephews and kids, you know, it's harder the older you get to change your path. If you have the opportunity to follow your dream and pursue your path now, do it. Because the older you get, and once you start to have, like, you know, responsibilities and you start to have things that you have to do, it's hard, it's tough. It's really hard to change that out. traditional mediums. Because I've not touched traditional medium in a very long time. Well, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions or anything, or you want to know what I'm doing, feel free to ask. I'm glad to point you in the right direction. Do both. I haven't done traditional medium in it has been a long time. And it's sad, because I used to really love it. One of my favorite mediums used to be watercolor. I used to absolutely love watercolor. And I haven't done it in a very long time. Very, very long time. I need to group this freaking tree together, I think. And that's the other thing. I catch a lot of slack. There's some other artists that I follow on Twitch and different things like that. And it's really funny because they always give me grief. I don't want to say grief, they just mess with me, but I don't sketch. I don't pre-plan. I just start drawing, you know? I just jump right into it. And so for me, it's really just, you know, I'll start with a shape. Like, let's say I want to make a character. I'll start with a shape, you know, warp it into a head, and I'll just start going from there. You know, I don't really do any sort of pre-planning. I don't really do anything like that. And it drives them nuts because they're always like, you know, you should really look into doing some sort of pre-thought. But I guess it's hard because I've always been more comfortable just kind of rolling with it. You know what I mean? I just draw. It works for me. I know some people, they have to have that planning stage. But, you know, I find sometimes that bogs me down because I feel like it dampers the creativity a little bit, you know? Because I feel like if you're so stuck on this is what I'm drawing, then it kind of inhibits your creativity to move forward, you know? Because, like, I don't know, I feel like sometimes with a sketch, it's almost like you're set in stone. You're saying, okay, this is what I'm going to draw. Oh, you have a huge project, yeah. I don't think if I have anything big. Right now, a lot of my stuff has been like, I'll show you a couple more. I experimented with drawing some weapons and stuff like that. I made this little thing. This is with a heavy outline, but this has got a lot of flat design to it as well. But this is messing with more of an outline style. And let's see. Oh, I drew Pennywise for my I used that Funko as the inspiration. But again, I didn't really sketch it or anything. I just kind of went with it. I made this. This was fun. I made this little orc warrior looking dude with the, you know, the hair and the spots and the log and everything. This was one of my favorites. I really like the way this turned out. I went with, you know, the hands I wasn't the happiest with. I feel like I could have done that better, but I'm still learning in a lot of sense. I made this one the other day, me and my little girl. That's talent, if you can just go off the top of your head and just sketch. Yeah. And I made this. I was really happy with the way this turned out. I don't know, play a lot of games. What's the game I'm thinking of? It was Darkest Dungeon. I didn't realize it, but when I got done making this hilt, these leather straps, it's really reminded me of like Darkest Dungeon. The texture, you know, in that art style. But I was really happy with the way this turned out. Like this was a lot of fun to make. Let's see. I made this. Another sword. This is a flat style. This is like the style of art I'm doing right now. So this kind of goes away from the 2D heavy outline, but it's a heavy use of colors. And then I did a dirty version of it to make it look kind of stained and stuff. Let's see. Oh, I made this robot. Yeah, I do a lot of experimenting when I draw, you know? I just start going and start making stuff. And usually something good pops out. I hope. Let's see. And I'm actually experimenting with something tonight. There's another streaming service that contacted me and wanted me to stream on there. So what I'm doing is I'm actually streaming to Twitch and YouTube simultaneously. I'm experimenting with that to see how well that goes tonight. This is my first night doing it. So far, so good. I guess that's where having IT knowledge comes handy. You know, I can figure things out like that. So I am pretty happy with that overall. I do think I would shade the tree a little bit. And actually, you know what? I think I'm going to do, because I feel like if I don't, it's going to haunt me. And I'm going to do it quickly. I'm going to cheat. We'll go 10. Yeah. That way it gives a little bit of a shade texture on the back of the tree there. Alright, and we got little shadows under the characters. See, I don't know, I feel like if I start shading this tree, then I'm going to need to shade the rest of the drawing, and I don't want to do that. Because if you've noticed, I'm not done, like, traditionally, what I would do is I would come in here, like, let's say the sun was coming from this angle here. I'd come in here and I'd start doing, hang on, I'll show you. I'd start doing stuff like this. And then I would paste inside of here. You know? Well, not like that. I gotta ungroup the object, but like this. See how? And then it adds that shade texture to that. But then I would have to come through and shade the whole thing. And I'm trying to stay away from shades on this one. I just want to do more of like a simple flat. I'm trying to keep it just a little clean. Not that I don't like shading, but you know, I want this to just kind of pop a little bit. And I'm actually considering taking the tree out altogether. Because I'm not sure. You know what? I think I might do something like this. Well, thank you. Do you have any portfolios or anything online? Anything that you do you Twitch stream at all? Thinking about making another rock back here. In fact, I think I will. I think I will. I think I will. I think I will. Like that. And then this guy, we are going to I hear you there. It's a little overwhelming at first. The thing for me was I figured that, you know, I like it, you know, and I hope other people do. And like, if you look at my Instagram and my Twitter, if you want to, you don't have to, but if you look at them, like, I post pretty much everything I make on there, because to me, it drives me to make. It drives me to make more, you know? Like, it propels me. It really makes me work harder, because I feel like I get some good criticism, some bad criticism, but overall, it's pretty good, and I don't know, it motivates me to keep going. rules, but I guess I mean more like what I'm doing here. Yeah, because I mean, you know, honestly, there's sometimes I go back and I look at pictures, like that orc I showed you earlier, and the hands drive me bananas. Like, I look at it and I'm going, I don't like it. So I do intend on one day going back and cleaning it up a little bit. Yeah, I like that better than the tree, to be honest. The tree, I wasn't feeling the vibe. It just looked too flat. Then again, I guess I could have done the same structure on the tree itself and probably pulled it off. I only started Twitch streaming maybe 2 months ago. I was actually watching a couple artists that I follow on Twitter, and one of them was kind enough to just kind of give me some insight on how I could get started. And he recommended like what I needed and how I needed to set it up. And luckily I already had the webcam, so the only investment for me was the microphone, a decent microphone. But I built my own overlays, you know, did all that and figured out how to do it all. And it went pretty easy. Experiment for a second here. I don't know if I'm gonna like it. Let's try 32. Yeah, it's actually, there's very little, I shouldn't say there's very little cost. It depends on like what you're starting with. For me, I have IT knowledge because that's what I do for a living. So most of what I needed to figure out as far as the softwares and configuring everything was relatively simple. I already had, like I said, a good computer, webcam, and all that. So my only purchase was the microphone. But the cost to start streaming aren't really that high. As far as like the software and everything you need is free. It's all open source. So a lot of what you need to actually get started is very, very minimal. Another one? Drop me a link. I'll take a look at it. Well, that tree. I'm going to try something here.
Incredible 5-day sale at O'Reilly Auto Parts ends today. Stop by and pick up 5 quarts of Castrol Conventional
What am I doing here?
Magnatech motor oil for $19.95. Plus, earn a $10 O'Reilly.
I'm trying to add detail without making it look like I've shaded it to heck and back. You know what I mean?
Better parts, better prices every day. Limit supply. See store for details.
Oh, okay. Well, link it, and I just won't show it on the stream or anything. Because I don't have mine set for mature, so I don't want to. I'm trying to give this thing some detail without making it look like true shading. I mean, does that look like a rock? Does that pull it off, or is it? It does to me. What was that?
Hey, I'm Clark. I work at the drugstore, and I hate my job.
I think the other thing I could do too to try to make this look a little more natural
Unlock the razor case. Will you please ring me up?
be
I'm not like a soap having
this
ring up
here,
master
maybe?
wizard, okay? Just buy all your bathroom stuff at Dollar Shave Club.
Yeah.
They'll deliver
Oh
all
yeah,
your bathroom
definitely.
stuff, so you don't have to come to my store and bother me when I'm trying to text my girlfriend's friend.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot better. Just a flat vanishing point. That's way better. Okay, so this tree. Let's try this. Well, if you ever have any questions about streaming or anything, let me know. I'd be glad to try to point you in the right direction. No problem there. Let's do 26. Can't even see that. What is that? 25? The tree does look better now, though. It has just a little detail, but it's not, I don't think it's overdone. It doesn't necessarily look like shading. It almost looks like cell shading. Or like, cell shading? Is that the right word? 5, I'm getting anyways. Can't even see that. That's not even helping. How dark is that? You too, Mickey. Thanks for the follow. I really appreciate it. You have a great night. And take care of the puppy. I love my puppies. So was your latest piece, Bork, was it commission? Was it just you drawing or what? Oh god. Very cool. I have 2 Great Danes, so they're lug and lug, what I call them. Okay. Hang on, I'll call him. Odin, Lobo, come here. You'll see him for a second. Come here, boys. Odin. They must be downstairs sleeping. I'll get them on another stream. They're probably downstairs on the couch, being hogs. YouTuber I was talking about, if I can help you. Yeah. Is that what his YouTube channel's about? Alright, Mickey. See you later. They'll probably come trotting in here after you leave. Have a good night. And thanks again for the follow. Yeah, I won't show it. Get it here. That's definitely got more going on in your other stuff. Like the background there. What is the, this YouTuber you're doing this for? Is it a furry style page or what is it exactly? You know one thing I really like on there? I like the way you did the arms. Especially the top picture. With that, the way you've got the separation between like where I guess where the fist and that arm and then the top would be. I like that. I like it in the bottom picture as well. I think you're getting better. Your shading is really good. Especially on the bottom picture. You have a better sense of drawing figures than me, I can tell you that. It's funny, because earlier, Shootsy was in here. One of my buddies that, you know, he's an artist as well, but it's like, I look at this little robot here, and I see all the detail on it, right? And I look at him and I go, God, even if he's flat, he looks so detailed to me compared to this human here. But I think that for me, it's, and he made the point, it's not so much the human that's more detailed, it's the robot has more parts, I guess. But it's like when I draw people, it's like I just lose that sense of what I'm doing, I guess. Maybe I don't have the confidence to draw people. I don't know what it is. But I always get stuck when I draw people. It's something I'm trying to get, you know, a little better at and feel a little more comfortable with it. I'll get there. Just practice and time, you know? How'd you enjoy your Thanksgiving break? Fun? Good? Oh, is that his YouTube name? What, does he wear that vest on stream? Mostly, yep. Furtuber? Is that the terminology they use to describe YouTubers who are furries, or never heard the terminology? That's really cool, man. You got your name right there. Art My Thumbnail by Gorksalt. And he's got, what, almost 24,000 subscribers. And see, that's what I was saying. Like, if that's what interests you and that's the kind of art you want to make, you will find people that like what you do. I mean, it goes without saying. There's always going to be somebody that likes what you're doing. So, yeah. Always. It's like Mickey that just stopped by. Really, really, really liked what I was doing. And I guess sometimes and you probably experience this, sometimes when you make your own art, you almost get a little, I don't think jaded is the right word, but sometimes you almost get a little, maybe your art isn't as good as you think it is from looking at it, because you look at it all the time and you see it, so maybe it doesn't look as good to you as it does to someone else who's just seen it, or didn't make it. Maybe like food. You hear people say all the time, it tastes better when you don't cook it. Does that make sense? Am I making any sense? But, you know, and this was actually supposed to be, if you look at the title, post-apocalyptic character, I was actually had an idea of like, you know, a grungy, worn-out looking kid with his robot. But I decided to do more of a, once I drew the kid, I didn't like the idea because it looked so happy. It almost looked like children's book art to me. So I just rolled with it and left it the way it was. I actually think I'm going to do one more thing if I can grab this picture. And this might, so I might not do it. But let's experiment. Crap, I don't know. Make it this color. I'm experimenting here, so bear with me for a second. You? Just trying to see if I can pull up like a mountain in the background. So I'm making like a quick prototype to see if it's even possible, you know. I think it's overcrowding. I think the picture's just getting too much at that point. I think it looks good the way it is. I don't think I want to sit there and just keep adding layers, you know? Because that's the other thing I'm doing, is I'm trying to force myself to create more scenes and create more, like, than just static characters, you know what I mean? Oh, did you? You mean like mine down here? I think it's important. I really do. Oh, I saw it in the picture. You put your, yeah. Yep. I think it's important, man. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this artwork here. I'm not keeping that anymore. So we're gonna call this, let's call this, God, I don't know. Vector complete. We'll go with Boy and his robot. Why not? Close it real quick. I was messing around at work today. I created this. It's these are flat shapes for creating flat characters. There's a bunch of heads, there's body parts, a whole bunch of mouths, like different style mouths and stuff to use, noses and eyes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep adding to these. It's almost like templates that I can pull from. So when I do flat style, I can just pull these assets over and use them. And maybe not pull these over, but maybe use them more for like inspiration. Like, oh, this style mouth, or, you know, I like the way this looks, or I like the way, you know. Yeah, thanks. Yeah. I just try to keep adding and growing, you know. Alright. I'm pretty happy with this. I don't know about the rocks though, because I feel like the rocks are almost breaking my rule of flat in this picture, because the rocks almost look three-dimensional, don't they? Whereas the characters are flat, but it still works, I think. It doesn't pull you out of it. I don't know. Maybe I need to sleep on that. Because originally I was going to go like this level of flat eyes, you know, flat mouth, the whole thing. And then I decided to do a little more cartoon look. Yeah. We're going to go with that, I think. Don't mind it. I'll take that as a word, then. You know how sometimes you start a drawing and you have one intention, like I'm gonna do this, you know, and then you kind of keep adding to it, and then before you know it, it's like you're not sure, but I do like it. If anything, to me, it almost makes the characters pop out in a way, because I just noticed that. It almost makes the background look different than the foreground, if that makes sense. Like, the background has a semi-three-dimensional look going, but the front characters don't. So it almost makes the characters step forward even more. Is that just my eyes, or do you see that too? Because I almost feel like if the characters were the same level of 3D, then they would just kind of meld in. But here they kind of pull out. Yeah. So, like 10. Yeah, that might be too low. Yeah. In a weird way, it like, yeah, I like that sun like that. Yeah. It almost made him like take a step off the page, almost like a pop-up book. In a weird way.
Right now at the Home Depot, get free shipping on Duracell batteries. AA, AAA, 9-volt, whatever you need. Order them up and we'll ship them for free. With holiday savings, pros know this is the best time of year to save on everything for the job. And right now, that includes extra savings on the #1 trusted battery brand, Duracell. It's one more way we're bringing power to the pro. With free shipping on
I'm going to keep these little guys here as like Well, he's the same as him. I'll just keep him there like a prototype.
Kyle is a dog trainer.
Okay, Sid. Good boy.
In his personal time, Kyle's a personal trainer.
Well, I need to wrap this up, bud, because I have work at, let's see, how long am I going to stream? 2 hours on the dot. I've got to be to work at 5 tomorrow morning, so I don't have a whole lot of time tonight. Let me see something. Yeah, I got to call in the evening, unfortunately. I do apologize, but we're working on new shifts at work, so I'm probably going to have to start going in earlier. But that's going to allow me to have 1 extra day off a week. So I should be able to stream more on, I'm not sure what day it'll be yet. But there will be a day that I can. So, but anyways, I'm going to call this a night, get this uploaded, and I do plan on streaming tomorrow. So if you're going to be around, but if not, thanks for coming by, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow, boy. Good one. I got a follower today. Very good. Take it. Later. Kira. No. Is it a recent post? Let me go look. I like the one you got here. The Christmas? Oh, you probably can't see it on my phone. I like that. That's pretty good. Cool. I'll take a look, but I gotta let the dogs out and everything. But I'll see you if you're around tomorrow, Borg. If not, I'm sure I'll see you again soon. Keep it up, man. Keep going. It's like me. You just gotta keep that drive. You just gotta keep pushing forward, you know? Always keep moving. Alright, buddy. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow.